Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of why isn't alternative medicine more widespread? Well, first of all, you got to understand that regular medicine is owned by the big corporate companies. And big corporate companies have a lot of power. So they're not going to tell you to go seek alternative medicine because they want your money, especially in a country such as America where everything is pretty much privatized and where nothing is social. Well, they want your money. And also at the same time, if they control a lot of the medicine that is being given to people and stuff like that, and also the research and all these good things, then the biggest point of that is that they can create medicine that is going to kind of take away the effects of the illness that you have. It's going to take a lot of the effects of what that illness is giving you, but it's not going to cure it 100%. What's the good thing about that for them is that in order for you to suppress the illness or the condition that you have, well, you need to keep on taking that medicine. And guess what it does too? It gives you a bunch of side effects. And the side effects might require even more medicine, or it might require fine-tuning what you are being given and all these things. So by having medicine in this kind of way, they are able to basically control what the people have, what the people are given, the income to what the people are given. What do I mean by that? Well, depending on the income that you have, they will give you a different type of medicine. And then you can also get generic medicines that sometimes, if you're lucky, Amazon and stuff like that. And then if you want to get the real product, well, you have to pay for it. And at the same time, there's another thing to alternative medicine, is that, well, technically the people that are giving you alternative medicine, or if you're reading some Reddit articles on the forums and stuff like that, and if you are just reading the internet, well, sometimes you're basically playing doctor yourself. And technically, well, you're not a doctor, so, well, maybe some people who are watching are doctors, but unless you have a medical degree, well, technically you don't really know exactly everything that's happening in your body, so it's not always advisable to treat yourself because you might make things worse, you know? You're not gonna, if you have an appendix that's gonna break or that's gonna burst, you're not gonna give yourself the surgery, you know, or say, hey, nah, maybe it's just inflamed, it'll be cool, I'll take the risk, you know? So there's two sides to things, you know. There's the big pharma companies, and of course the privatized medicine that is really bad, and that's making the life of us, the citizens of these countries, well, more sick, and also cured at the same time, which is kind of really weird. But at the same time, well, there's all these alternative medicine places which are not really approved by the medical associations and the guilds and whatever they have, but they do have effects. They do have positive effects, such as, you know, getting chiropractor services, or getting acupuncture or acupressure, or any of those alternative medical things could alleviate your pains and not require you to do surgeries and stuff like that. Because one thing that a lot of hospitals and doctors want to do often is, well, oh, you got a herniated disc? Well, let's give you a surgery and stuff like that. And sometimes it's like, well, once you open, you're altering your body, and if ever it had a chance of healing, it's never going to heal in that natural way. But of course, sometimes surgeries are required, and sometimes they do have a lot of benefits, but you are altering what's inside what was given to you by Mother Nature in some way. But of course, depending on your condition, there's two sides to the thing, of course. But definitely back on the topic of alternative medicine, I do feel that we should often give it more of a chance, because now, for example, people are like taking more into account facts such as CBD and other kind of alternative things that were kind of forgotten in a way, because they were given, like before, people used to give. How did people put Coke, real Coke, in the Coca-Cola? Was because it was an over-the-counter thing that was allowed to be given. And then a lot of these things, such as some forms of LSD and stuff like that, used to be given pretty freely, about 100 years ago or something like that. And then there was, of course, if you remember, in the 30s there was the ban of alcohol, and that was because they wanted to give a tax. And then within that, there was other things like marijuana and many other things that got banned, and then little by little now they're getting reaccepted into society because they're pretty harmless. But also because if you really think about it, CBD is a strong anti-inflammatory, for example. And what I think is funny is that people always go to like ibuprofen or other pretty strong medication, but what those things do is, yeah, they are anti-inflammatory, but they're, like having a lot of use of it can basically create holes in your stomach and stuff like that. So why wouldn't you go to something like that's alternative? Will pretty much give you the same effect, if not better, and not actually give you that hole in your stomach if you are taking it constantly for a lot of time, and then you get addicted to it too. And of course I wouldn't know some of the alternative medicines too, like if they also have side effects, obviously, but maybe they'll be cheaper, they'll be better, they'll be less intrusive to your body. And that's basically what I'm trying to say, is that if you feel that sometimes the readily available or the usual way of going to a regular doctor is not working for you, well, maybe just accept the fact that maybe you could try acupuncture, or you could try different various things to treat your pains, aches and pains. And there are also like a ton of herbs and other things that can basically really heal you in many ways, and probably save you hundreds if not thousands of dollars on medical expenses. And then one thing that you also need to understand is a lot of people, like, they might have back pains and stuff like that, and I've had a ton of back pains through doing gymnastics and martial arts and like a lot of crazy stuff. And the thing is that learning that I have to maybe strengthen some parts of my body and be patient with it and do things such as yoga and extensive stretching have healed me. Yeah, sometimes it does take 6 months, 7 months to get to the point where, hey, the pain's gone completely, because there's of course the natural process of the body healing yourself that's also taking into place. But at the same time, by doing pretty intensive stretching and listening to your body, trying to really understand where that pain comes from, because it could be in the back, but it's actually some other muscle that's on the other side of the back that's really stiff, and it's pushing everything one way or the other. And if you had gone to a regular doctor, maybe they would have said, well, let's just take that herniated disc away. But hey, I was able to heal a lot of pains, and I was in a lot of pain for a lot of things, and I managed to heal it. So I do think that alternative ways are a really good solution. Okay, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.